This is allegedly going to work. Okay. This action cannot be... Oh, to interact with chat. Okay, I don't actually really care about that, to be completely honest. I am going to turn down one shot pancakes. There we go. I think this is something... This is basically just a test for next week when I'm gonna play in Stars in Time. Because unfortunately my starting and playthrough I used OBS and it's just destroyed. It is just so very bad. So bad. Alright, well, I mean, I think it's working. Let's make sure. I'm gonna check it on my own, on my phone and stuff. It'd be really embarrassing if this happened again. I really don't want it to. I have Nico with me. You're just going to have to trust me on that one. They are here. It's too hot to wear my World Machine hoodie. But I do have their plush with me. And I couldn't, unfortunately, find the Fangamer Nico shirt in time. And also my wires are all tangled up. Oh, good. Hang on, I thought we were ready, but we're totally not. My wires are all tangled up and I can't move. Which is kind of a non-issue for the most part, but I have not great circulation, kinda, so if I need to move, that's kind of important. What did I just do? Whatever, it's fine. Hopefully all you're having to see is the screen, where we have such lovely artwork. If they were selling it as a poster, I would get it. Like, I think they're only selling it as a standee, and I'm not really a standee guy. But, yeah, if they were selling it as a poster, or even, like, one of those, like, sort of playmat type deals, I would definitely get one. Or even as a print, honestly. Like a small print. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I basically just make these so that I can have VODs that I don't have to upload myself. Oh, we've got the Ina plush in my way. Excuse me, pardon me, ma'am. Okay. And the Gary plush too, excuse me, pardon me, sir. Does he have his rose? Did I drop that? Oh no, I think he has it. Shit, I don't know what one. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Yeah, happy anniversary one shot. I know I'm a little late. I've been really sick. Actually, I'm still sick. I got severely glutened. Shout out to Sif on Tumblr if you see this. I know you know what it's like to get glutened. It's the worst. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemies. That's not true. I actually would. Okay. Yeah. I have no idea how to stream. But these are mostly for me, so it really doesn't matter. I've got a stomachache. And I don't actually know how long this game is, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Oh. Let's go. Yeah, you can kind of tell I'm not in the best state. But that's okay. That's alright. We ball, etc. Okay. So, I will need my mouse pad out from under me. Yeah, you do not want to see the setup. It's bad. It's just me in my bed with my laptop, like, what do you call it? The thing that you put on the I don't know if you would call it a laptop cooler. It's not a laptop cooler. It's just like laptop stand, I guess. I don't know. And then my mouse pad is just sitting on my bed, and I've got the mouse on top of it. It's a really good system. I know. Okay. And then I've got my phone. Yeah. No one ever comes to these, and when they do, they're always like, wow, the audio sucks, and so does the quality, and everything sucks about this. And I'm like, I know. I don't have any money, so I can't get good streaming equipment, and I just don't think that it would be worth it to get good streaming equipment, so I don't waste my money on that. But, anyway, enough chatting. Let's see if we can get into this game. This episode. It has been so long since I played One-Shot. Is there a full screen mode, perhaps? Yes, there is. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Excuse me. Pardon me. Can you get off the screen, maybe? Can you? Oh my god. Can you get off the screen? Can you get off the screen? Thank you. Good enough. Okay, full screen, volume, default movement, colorblind mode, skip the text, frame skip, language, and controls. That's everything. I think it's X because it's an RPG Maker game. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Yeah, it's been so long. I actually never beat One-Shot on my own because it's hard a little bit. Like, it's not. I could probably beat it now, but when it first, like, came out, I was either 11 or 12, and I had no idea what I was doing. I'm so glad that the lamplighter is in this. It's very tempting to buy his keychain, actually. I don't have any money right now, and I'm saving to go to Vancouver, but we'll see. I might be getting a GST check, so we'll see. I'm so tired and in pain. Let's start. Hi everyone! As you know, it's the 10-year anniversary of One-Shot. True. Well, the original version anyway. So I thought I'd decorate the cafe. We opened extra early today, so nobody's shown up yet. Except me! Woo! Nico! Okay, that's enough. Understandable, Nico. I'm here on a very special mission today. Can you guess what it is? Does it involve a celebration cake? Of the pan variety? How'd you know? You, literally told me a minute ago before the camera turned on. Oh, right. Today, I will be showing everyone how to make Mama's special pancakes. And he'll be helping. Because he's a grown-up and I'm not old enough to use the stove without adult supervision. But didn't you, like, set things on fire before? I think God counts as adult supervision. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, then follow me to the kitchen. Okay. What else can I interact with first? Milk and sugar. I like both, but not in coffee. Coffee machine. It's nearly full. I also don't like coffee, Nico. It makes me sick. Adults can dislike coffee. God can dislike coffee. Oh, they're little steppies. I love sound design. Okay. The other day, when I was at the local bakery, someone recognized my World Machine hoodie. They're like, oh, I love that game. I remember playing that game. That was peak, actually. I wonder if they know that it's the anniversary of OneShot. Whole decade. This is the kitchen. I cleaned it up pretty good. You'd never know that we had a fire last week. Another one? Right. Robots are surprisingly flammable. That's a fridge. That's the pantry. It doesn't actually have pans in it. You know what? I never even considered that is why it's probably called that, because we don't have pans in ours either. He's following me. But I need to investigate. I'm not allowed to use a stove by myself. Frying pan makes pancakes. That's the sink. A fancy coffee machine. Coffee's for grown-ups. Yeah, you don't want it anyway, Nico. It sucks. This is the storage room. It's cold, so you shouldn't go in. Okay, let's talk to them. My coworkers, this is Ling, right? I hope so. I'm gonna look stupid if not. It's been so long since I played this game. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I need to make sure that I'm right about that. No, we're good. I got it right. I was worried. I was like, oh my god, what if I got his name wrong? He's the green tea drinker. I had green tea earlier today. I have green tea upstairs. I would love to drink green tea with this guy. I got really distracted. I have ADHD. My coworkers aren't here because they're still getting repaired for fire damage, so we won't have extra help today. Do you think you can handle it? Of course. I help Mama out in the kitchen all the time, especially when making pancakes. I even wrote down the recipe. Whoa, so many pages. And surprisingly legible for crayon. Like I said, these pancakes are very special, so I wrote a lot. It takes Mama a long time to make, start to finish. She even makes the syrup herself. Wow. Sounds like a lot of work. Sometimes in life, you gotta work hard. Oh. It says here that we would need cups of things? What are cups? Measuring cups? You have to measure cups? Not sure if I get it. Don't you cook for your job? How do you cook without measuring cups? Or measuring spoons? How do you know how much flour to use? I weigh it? Oh, yeah. I hear that people in the city do that. Sounds like a hassle. They'd have to use a scale every time they cook. Well, we do live in a city. No, not your city, my city. The cities we have back home. Right. Using a scale all the time sounds hard. It'd be much easier if we had measuring cups and spoons. I still don't know what those are, though. Like, amount-wise. Maybe we need to get some help. Hold on. Oh, you brought a friend. Yup, and he's willing to help us. Willing isn't exactly the right word here. Okay, yay! Is that a cake? Can I have that? Oh, while you were gone, I dug this thing out from storage. Ooh, what is it? Why don't you turn on the switch to find out? Oh! A music player! I thought it would be fitting here. Does it play any other songs? It's only the birthday song, I'm afraid. Aw. I wanted it to play heavy metal like in the cooking shows. It's also kind of funny that you have to light it on fire every time. I know. I like it though. Fire is cool. Fire is hot, actually. I think it's a level 3 safety violation, therefore extremely stupid. Don't worry, the candle isn't real. Convincing though, right? Oh. Then it's just stupid. This better be good. Of course! I wouldn't call you if it wasn't an emergency. A dire, sticky, sugary, delicious emergency. Sigh. You want me to do gram conversions, don't you? Maybe. So much for this not being a pain in the... Assuming that you do not need perfect conversions, I should be able to help. This world is only calibrated to the metric system, and my database on other units only has a limited sample size that does not account for various contingencies. So it might not be exactly... How much does a cup of flour weigh? 120 grams, roughly. Whoa, you answered so fast! A simple query like that does not take long to... How much does 3 cups of water weigh? 720 grams. How about half a cup of beans? Depends on the bean. Pinto. 70 grams, and why do you even need beans to make pancakes? How about 100 cups of ice cream? Vanilla. 21,400 grams, or 21.4 kilograms. Are you having fun? Is a kilogram of steel heavier than a kilogram of feathers? Do not test my patience. Reduce to a calculator. Well, now we can tell Lang. Now that Proto's here to help us, we can continue. For those of you following along, you would need a gram scale. I don't have a gram scale. But if you have measuring cups and spoons like I do at home, you could use those instead. It would probably be a lot easier. Next up is ingredients. Since this recipe is so long, we should probably split it into 3 parts. It kinda is 3 recipes in one. That's what Mama does. You have to do it in a specific order for the best results. Okay, I'll go get everything ready. Quite the list we have here. I thought this was just going to be a visual novel. The fact that this is like entirely playable at one-shot style is so cute. I love this. Don't have anything else to say. These are hazelnuts. Mama always starts with this step, where she turns hazelnuts into hazelnut candy. You sprinkle them on top of the pancakes later. She also says this recipe is pretty dangerous for a kid, and so I normally only help with the first steps. First, I cut a piece of parchment paper with scissors and put it on a baking pan, or anything that's heat-proof. Then you need to get a knife and cutting board. I'm not old enough to use knives on my own either, so you'll have to do this part. Okay. Take about half a cup of hazelnuts, 65 grams, and cut them up like this. Then you pick out all these big pieces. You don't want the crumbs because they'll burn. You can save the crumbs and just mix it with the hazelnut flour though. Smart. Now you need a frying pan, but not for pancakes. Toast the hazelnut pieces on the pan on low or medium heat for 5 minutes until they turn brown and smell nice. Careful though, you don't want it to burn. They won't burn if I'm stirring them the whole time. Oh, I think it's just about done. Whoa, that's fast! But it's only been 3 minutes. All stoves and pans are a little different, so they heat up at different speeds. Okay then, you turn off the heat and dump out all the hazelnuts onto a plate or bowl. Or just the counter if it's clean. Then you wipe down the pan really good with a damp towel to get rid of all the burnt bits. You can put the pan back on the warm stove to evaporate off the water. You need the pan dry for the next step. Now the skin should be loose on the hazelnut pieces, so you can rub the pieces between your hands to get all the skin off. Are they cool enough to touch yet? Yeah. Oh, let me do it! Mama always lets me do this part. I like to use my sleeves. Wait, but Mama isn't around to wash my coat afterwards. If you use your bare hands, it'll probably take longer. Why not just use a towel? Smart! But not all the skin will come off, and that's okay. Then put the hazelnut pieces back into the pan just like last time. Don't put any crumbs. I'll just throw the crumbs away this time since it's mostly just skin and burnt bits anyway. Then you add a 1/4 cup of sugar to the pan. 50 grams. Now turn the pan on medium heat to melt the sugar while stirring the pan. Mama says melted sugar is super hot, so it can really hurt you if you touch it. True. I'll stay over here. I can't believe something as tasty as sugar can be so dangerous. The sugar should start to melt at around 5 minutes. It might be different for this stove, though. Once it melts, stir it even more. You want to melt all the sugar and coat all the hazelnut pieces with it. Mama usually keeps it on the stove for another 3 minutes or so for all the sugar to melt. Okay, I'll keep stirring. Be careful, okay? I'll be fine. Oh. Did you burn yourself? Nope. Just surprised it melted as fast as it did. Don't scare me like that. I think it's done, though. Okay, take it off the heat. Hurry! Then you just dump everything out again. This time onto the parchment paper. I'll pour it in a thin layer since I assume we don't want big clusters that'll be tough to break up later. They'll stick together at least a little bit. And again, it's really hot, so definitely don't touch it. But once it's cool, you can chop them up on a cutting board. Don't try to break them with your hands, though. Sugar can be as sharp as glass. Another cruel betrayal by the world's most delicious substance. Okay, it's all chopped up now. Do you have a jar or airtight container? That'll keep them crunchy while we make the other things. Otherwise, the sugar will get sticky after a while. I bet you Lamplighter has a billion of those. Say, why is that? Why are you looking in my direction? Because! You're the smartest guy here. Sigh. Because sugar has hygroscopic properties, which means it attracts the water molecules in the air. The water molecules would then disrupt the crystal structure of the hardened sugar you just made. You heated the sugar up to about 150 degrees Celsius, also referred to the hard crack stage. In this state, the sugar is hard and brittle. And crunchy. But as the hardened sugar continues to pull moisture from the air, and thus disrupting its crystal structure, it would lose its brittleness. Water is able to do this because it is a polar molecule, which means it has two differently charged regions. The oxygen atom holds a particularly negative charge, or partially negative charge, while the two hydrogen atoms hold a partially positive charge. This polarity gives water the ability to attract other polar molecules. And not only that, the pair of hydrogen bonds in the water molecule also. This goes on for another 5 minutes. I would listen to the whole thing. I'm learning words! I'll just go put these in a jar with some silica gel packets. Silica gel, a form of silicon dioxide, is extremely porous with a large surface area that facilitates in moisture absorption and retention. It has the ability to absorb 40% of its own weight in water and is used as a commercial desiccant. They put silica packages in the plushies. I think Nico came with one. In our case, it would absorb all the moisture in a small enclosed space, the sealed jar. Good to know. You never answered the feather question. I refuse to entertain it any further. Aw, man, that's unfortunate. I know what the answer is. Personally. I've got a pimple right on my freaking lip. My top lip. That sucks so bad. Anyway, Proto is so silly. I appreciate his help. That is the fridge, that's true. Let's talk something. Pancakes are my favorite food, but what's yours? Good question. I'm not sure if I have one. Because it changes all the time. You know what? That's real. We're making the syrup next. Oh, syrup is super simple to make. Well, I think it's scary. Because we're melting sugar again. I'll stay over here. Away from the stove. You can help me cut the butter, at least. We'll need 2 tablespoons of it. 30 grams. Cut into smaller pieces with a butter knife. Butter knife is safe for little old me. I don't think that butter knife is that safe. Butter knife is scary. I've cut myself on a butter knife a billion times. Hell, I've cut myself on a plastic one. I am really good at doing that, though. Getting hurt. On my side, we'll need a cup of brown sugar, 208 grams, which goes in the saucepan along with half a cup of water, 128 grams. Mix together with a small whisk, then heat over medium-high heat while constantly stirring. Oh, don't forget to add the maple syrup. 2 tablespoons, right? 40 grams. Say, why do we have to cook the syrup to melt it, when maple syrup always stays a liquid? You're looking at me again. Maple syrup contains invert sugars, which are structurally different from table sugar. Invert sugars have better moisture retention properties and do not readily crystallize. It is typical to add invert sugar to syrups made with regular sugar in order to prevent the mixture from recrystallizing, which would lead to a grainy texture. I normally just use honey or corn syrup for that. Then it won't taste as good. I wouldn't know the difference regardless. Oh, right, you can't eat. He can look at them. Can he smell? Can Proto smell? Should I at Night Margin on Twitter and ask if Proto can smell? I don't remember if that was covered, because if he can, then he can just smell the pancakes. That's what I do when I can't eat something. Once the syrup boils, switch the heat down from medium-low and simmer for about 2 minutes while stirring. Nico, can you pass me the butter? I cut it into little cubes like Mama does. Is that okay? No, it's not. My battery is not dying. Shut up forever and ever. Not true. Fake. Are we cooked? I think we might be. Well, no, it still says that we're good. Hang on. No, it's totally fucked.